difficult to say which side pulled the trigger first. Erusia deployed an automatic intercept system with drones. Osea implemented long-range attacks to bypass them. So Erusia decided to sabotage Osea's communications and navigation technology. Erusia couldn't launch a satellite themselves, but they were still able to hack the software of the Osean transmission and navigation systems. Before Osea even noticed, half of their satellites were hijacked. That's when things got ugly. In an attempt to knock out each other's capabilities, both forces launched fighters loaded with anti-satellite missiles at the same time. Only military satellites were targeted. However, their destruction created a debris field in orbit, which wiped out scores of other satellites, both private and government-owned. What kept the world relatively sane up to that point had been free-flowing data and information. But now, those were gone. All that remained was chaos and confusion. Government and civilian broadcasts and transmissions were cut off. The flow of information had ceased. Forces on both sides of the conflict now found themselves unable to communicate with their superiors. Many of the smaller countries annexed by Erusia and yearning for their independence seized the opportunity and started their own uprisings. As for why some of Osea's military decided to break off from the main force and continue on their own, I have no idea. Perhaps there was some sort of dispute over the chain of command. The continent that had once seen wars that were only fought between Osea and Erusia was now full of numerous conflicts between rival leaders vying for power. Insurgencies were everywhere. I even heard a rumor that a group of Osean convicts had rebelled. Rumors. It never ceased to amaze me that even at a crazy time like this, something as trivial as a rumor could find its way here. Communications from corporate were cut off. Apparently, the entire computer network was down. It was a wise decision to make our drones autonomous with AI instead of being radio-controlled. Wise and forward-thinking. Even with their GPS offline, they can still use their sensors to navigate as long as they're working properly. I'm sure the drones are still working perfectly, following their mission orders to the letter. I wish I could upload Mihai's new data to them. But without a connection, I can't upload the software to the active drones. The new ones we're making, though, there should still be enough time to upgrade those before they're activated. I'll be taking the data I've acquired away from the front lines now. Oh, and I'll be taking the girls, too. I told my assistant Masa it was time to get Mihai's granddaughters ready to leave here. She's not much older than the girls, but she has a way about her, and I'm sure she won't have any trouble with them. I saw a plane flying off in the distance. I imagine it was looking for a safer place. The plane had a rose emblem on it.
Erusia's communication networks have been down since their satellites were destroyed. Unfortunately, we are experiencing trouble too. All of Erusia has been affected, and we don't know when things will be back up and running. We're not even sure if this is Erusia's doing. Still, we will follow the strategy that was originally planned and move on to the next operation after liberating Farbanti. Let's get to it. Since the war began, we've been receiving communications in secret from an officer in the Erusian army.
With the capital under our control, Erusia's radical element is losing support quickly, affecting the balance of power.
HQ is thinking of using the military officer as a way to gain leverage to settle peace negotiations. The officer is currently hiding in the outskirts of Anchorhead Bay, having joined up with support dispatched from the Osean army. The plan is that they'll take a standard vehicle to a rendezvous point at a harbor in the east part of the city, where a helicopter will be waiting.
I would like the new Strider Squadron to provide escort for the officer. Cyclops will remain at the base on standby to serve as defense.
With the communication network currently down in the capital, I very much doubt Arusea will be able to mount a regimented counterattack. However, it is likely that Arusea's intelligence department and the remaining forces who are aware of the officer's movements will interfere. Keep a close eye on the officer and make sure he stays safe. Our victory in Farbanti has given us a golden opportunity to finally end this war. Be safe out there.
Take note that our satellite-based IFF has become unreliable following the recent communications failure. As such, target ID will be done by processing the images from the infrared cameras on your aircraft. Objects will initially appear as unknown on your HUDs, but will be ID'd once you close in on them for a set period of time.
Strider Squadron, you're cleared to taxi.
To the unidentified Osean craft, this is Captain Carl of the Osean Army. Are you here for the escort? You're not the squadron I was expecting. Are you really friendlies? Over.
This is Longcaster. Airborne warning and control system for the Osean Long-Range Strategic Strike Group. Captain Carl, they're on our side.
And those two pilots we've heard about must be here too.
Okay, I hope you're right. Longcaster, are all of these really unknowns?
It's a state of civil war. The Erusian army is fighting itself. There's no guarantee the Oseans won't shoot us in this confusion.
image process the unknowns caught in your cams to identify friend or foe. The process will be faster if you get a close-up, well-centered image.
Meanwhile, we just run if they shoot us, right?
Affirmative. Always identify your target before you fire.
War is something I'll never get used to, but tonight has been a total shock. The city under martial law. Gunfire from a of jets echoing through the streets.
Stall warning. Stall
Give me
warning.
Strider Squadron's IDs. Oh, and hand me that sandwich.
Caution. Pull up.
Strider 1, AA gun destroyed. Entering the Anchorhead Bay area. Buildings will block your line of sight. Make sure to keep track of your objective.
How this war ends depends on this mission. I'm counting on you. Understood.
Fox 2.
Pull up. Caution.
Strider Squadron, identify the unknowns along the route.
This is a message to all of you fighting out there. Ask yourselves, what is best for our
Pull
country?
up. Caution.
It's Erusian.
They aren't responding aggressively.
General, if they're conservatives, they'll listen to us. The negotiations were a success, Lancaster. They've opened up a path for us. More the merrier.
ID is Ocean Forces. This is AWACS for the LRSSG.
Our info has been updated.
We can't see the tops of the roofs from down here. Be on the lookout for enemy ambushes. Your delusions of fighting with drones is what got us into this mess. We made it through the Anchorhead Bay area. We're heading along Highway 208 under the bridge. We're taking the coastal highway at the next ramp.
All right.
Realize this.
So you were the ones on the radio. We don't know our location. Give us orders.
We have no orders, but we do have ID data. Check your TAC terminal.
Roger that. We'll look for our way home. My plane is iced up.
Which faction is the head of our organization? We need to know at once. There's an unknown on our route. We can't proceed.
Missile.
Wait. The General managed to convince them.
Listen, those that protect General LaBarge are the real patriots. Onward! What? We're taking fire from our own allies. Is this place under rebellion too?
There's a vehicle up ahead. Think it's gonna ask us to pay a toll? Get closer and find out if it's an enemy vehicle.
We'll go. Let's go.
We archived all the footage that we've shot for when the communication networks come back online.
Missile.
Stay sharp while you're in there.
Caution. Pull
We
up.
need to remind everyone that there's no such thing as a clean war.
Caution.
Vehicle confirmed destroyed. Your plane will ice up if you stay in there too long.
Caution. Pull up. Caution.
There's a vehicle blocking the road.
Strider 1, marked on target.
No response to hails. These radicals.
Missile. Missile.
It's no good. There's still a car on the road. Just to be safe, we better avoid the highway and head for the warehouse district. Lancaster, we're taking a detour. Don't lose us.
Strider 1, General's route has changed. Keep your eyes on his vehicle. Don't let him out of your sight.
Here comes the traitor, LaBarge.
Missile.
This is a wide net they've cast. They really don't want the war to end, do they? LaBarge is that vehicle!
And set up in all the right places.
Understand that. I'll wake up for firing. Bail out now. Wheels 1, stop. Check your IFF. It's a friendly. I know what I'm doing.
Stall Stall warning.
Got ice on my wings.
Caution.
Bandit acquired. Locked on.
Caution. Pull up.
If we don't ruin our ideals, then what point is there in living? It's best that you leave this country.
We're almost at landfill number 7. If we can make it through, we'll be in arm's reach of the rendezvous in Kruger Park.
Missile.
Captain Carl, do you have the means to record this conversation? I wish to explain to you the situation inside Erusia. I'm sure the boys listening upstairs will record it. The open declaration of war, expanding the front lines, was all the work of some young Erusian officers. They were referred to as the Radicals, but there was an unseen force guiding them. It was technology they borrowed from the Belkans. When they actually went to war, the performance of the attack drones exceeded their wildest dreams. And they were incredibly clean, which got public opinion and the opportunists within the military on their side. They even manipulated the princess. The Belkan technology advanced UAV research within the Erusian Flight Test Center by at least 10 years. They used the flight data from a former ace pilot to create drone AI, but to us it's no different than magic or alchemy. Airplanes are meant to be flown by human beings. Those of you listening in, am I wrong? We're heading towards Grunder Park. Rendezvous point is the helipad on this man-made island. We'll ditch the car and take the helicopter from there.
Friendly hello in front. I'm a patriot and my duty is calling. Nice work, Leos 2. That's a confirmed kill. You are a true patriot.
There are rumors of a military group calling itself the Free Erusians.
Enemy has a lock.
Missile.
Strider 1, missile inbound. Evade!
Caution. Pull up.
An unknown is blocking our scheduled route.
Missile.
No response. Got a bad feeling.
Missile.
Target locked.
Aircraft with scratches on your tails will be punished for your sins.
What's wrong with drones? Whether you're a patriot or not, you're just too stubborn to change with the times.
Many of you were saved by the ace from the experimental squadron. Did you forget?
Opening fire on that vehicle.
The VIP is taking fire. His vehicle stopped.
Try to help us before we get shot. It's not like this is a tanker anymore.
Captain Carl, we have a new rendezvous point. New coordinates are as follows. 263 Tango 4, 1999 Delta Lima. Rescue team says hostiles are making the area too dangerous.
Missile.
Well, yeah,
Missile.
don't they know nowhere is safe?
Missile.
Ocean forces at landfill number 7. This is AWACS Longcaster.
Missile.
Generally speaking with the commander.
Our capital's fall has led to another power struggle within the Erusian military.
It's all gone to hell. Even radio chatters about the Civil War.
Radio? You have one in your cockpit? We're about to cross Anchor Bridge. There'll be nowhere to hide.
That was something.
Yeah, ever since my previous squadron. I've got it taped, nice and secure.
Even in a time of war, it was a mistake to create something like the fuel unit.
So? An armored vehicle's behind us. If this vehicle used by the Erusian forces, take it out!
Trigger, our VIP is in trouble. Clear the way for him.
We're taking fire! Take care of them! I didn't think we were gonna make it, but you saved us. Thanks.
Missile. Missile. Stall warning. Stall warning.
The drones aren't receiving my orders. Can we switch the UAVs to slave mode? The goddamn Civil War. This is how a country falls into ruin after losing.
We've almost reached the container area. Watch out for enemy ambushes.
Understood.
Missile.
System failures caused friendly fire incidents among Osean forces. There are even rumors of penal units turning on their former allies. With the main conflict concluded, regional forces in the center, south, and east struggle over stabilization of the nation.
Missile.
The emergent government has defined these groups, along with those trying to independently make peace with Russia, as rebels.
Missile.
General, U.S. drones at our disposal. It's too early for these talks. Once you're in the future, you will get behind us. The plane just passed under the bridge! You better hang on. It's about to get bumpy.
Take out Eddie in autonomous mode.
Hostile has a lock.
We're coming up on a tunnel. We'll need to split up until we reach the exit.
Missile.
Using X-Falcon technology for just UAVs. The IFF conditions for one was an astonishing feat. They used it to make drones that resembled Osean fighters. And then to assassinate Harley and put the blame on enemy fighters. But in the end, Belkin technology only brought chaos to the world.
Strutter 1 has crashed. There are rumors of a military group calling itself the Free Erusians. An unknown is blocking our scheduled route.
No response, but a bad feeling.
Missile away.
UAVs are acting strange. Their autonomous mode must be bugged. It's not the drones that are faulty. It's the school Charlie Foxtrot. An aircraft with scratches. All systems will be shut down.
Missile.
I'm hit! Get this guy off my back! Open fire on that vehicle!
The VIP is taking fire. His vehicle stopped.
Try to help us before we get shot. It's not like this is a tanker anymore.
Captain Carl, we have a new rendezvous point. New coordinates are as follows. 263 Tango 4, 199er Delta Lima. Rescue team says hostiles are making the area too dangerous.
Well, yeah, don't they know nowhere is safe?
Our capital's fall has led to another power struggle within the Erusian military.
It's all gone to hell. Even radio chatters about the Civil War. Radio? You have one in your cockpit? Yeah, ever since my previous squadron. I've got it taped, nice and secure.
Between the government forces and the insurgents, signals that...
We're about to cross Anchor Bridge. There'll be nowhere to hide.
That was something.
The bridge is being blocked off by a tank. This isn't good.
Stall warning.
Osean forces at landfill number 7. This is AWACS Lancaster.
An armored vehicle's behind us. It's a vehicle used by the Erusian forces. Take it out!
Trigger, our VIP is in trouble. Clear the way for him.
Missile.
The General is speaking with the Commander.
Missile.
Cease fire with the ocean aircraft. General's orders. That vehicle is one of ours. Cease fire. The info just came through.
Missile.
That plane just passed under the bridge. Almost reached the container area. Watch out for enemy ambushes.
Understood.
Better hang on. It's about to get bumpy.
System failures caused friendly fire incidents among OCM forces.
Hostile tanks are keeping the armored formation at Anchor Bay from protecting the VIP. Can you clear them out for us?
No problem.
Missile. Missile.
Warning,
Missile.
enemy has a beat on you.
Missile. Missile.
Prepare to fire on a moment's notice.
Caution. Pull up.
Fox 3. General's vehicle is under attack.
Missile.
Our VIP is taking fire.
Missile.
We're taking fire. We can't hold off.
AA gun confirmed destroyed.
Trigger has destroyed the target. We made it somehow. Try to get off your ass a little faster next time.
No response. Shoot him down.
Caution.
We're coming up on a tunnel. We'll need to split up until we reach the exit.
Missile. Missile.
Strider 1 crashed.